Can you tell the audience a little bit, how does this work? What's really going on? Because you say crystals and light, and that just seems like, okay, you're holding a crystal in your hand and you're shining light on your face and you feel good. No. There's a lot more technicality to it, but maybe you could go ahead and do a better job than I could explaining how that works.
Well, I'll try. I mean, crystals are the basis of everything. The cell phone, the computer, the transistor, everything is made of a crystal. And actually, a crystal is what we use to keep time, because crystals will very accurately maintain a frequency for forever, basically. And so they're the fundamental unit of communication in our modern world. And so what they're doing is they're transmitting information. So when we put light through the crystal, that kind of explodes the energy that's in the crystal. It really brings the information into the body. And if you talk to the ancient or the healers of the ancient arts like Ayurveda and some of these ancient practices, they will tell you that the best way to get the energy of a crystal is to put light through it, like sunlight. That in the ancient world, they would put you in the sun and put the crystals on different organs or different parts of the body based on their knowledge they developed, millennia ago. And or you grind them up and drink them, which is not really the safest thing to do in the modern world. So really, it's an ancient practice of sunlight through gemstones, and we've kind of modernized it to make it manageable. So the weather, you can control it indoors and add a few frequencies and things like that. But it's pretty much an ancient technique that's been done for thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah, and again, it is it's resting on the foundation of so many minds from the past that utilize this. You mentioned Ayurveda. That's where I know a lot of this started with, and understanding the power of crystal gems. And, you'll probably see this crystal right back me over there. And, we have them in our environment a lot too. And we kind of have this understanding that they're doing something, giving off something, energy and everything. How does that impact, though, the human body? Because we understand energy and information a little bit. But let's go a little bit further. How is that improving, let's say, something like, the brain? How is that impacting brain waves?
Yeah, well, I mean, effectively, we are all energy. And what's really fascinating, when you really break down what reality is and who we are, nothing is as it appears. We don't really know what the physical world looks like at all, which our science tells us, right? Atoms are mostly nothing, and colors are based on how our brain and our eyes perceive reflected light. So we really don't know what the physical world looks like at all. It's almost like just a placeholder for us to envision and be able to function. So if you really understand that we're all frequency and we're all working in a kind of a nest of frequencies, that the light frequency coming through the gemstones is just adding to that mix. And I think it's helping to entrain and to balance the other frequencies to kind of create a coherence. I liken it to if you're ever in a noisy restaurant or bar and it's just a din of people talking, and then maybe somebody starts playing a flute and it's really pretty, and maybe half the people don't even quieten down and there's still this noise, but all of a sudden your mind just locks into this beautiful music instead of just this din of just random noise. And I think using something like the SolaraGem or the crystal fusion light is giving your body this kind of signal to kind of lock into, to kind of give it something to anchor to or hold on to feel more at ease in its environment. So I think at that level, it's really just helping to balance the autonomic nervous system, help us feel safer, and then just, like I say, entrain the brainwave frequencies into a calmer state. It's pretty remarkable how effective it is at that.
Yeah, I always liken it more to like IKEA instructions. You have all these components in the body, and they need instructions. That's what DNA is. That's what vaccinations are, in a sense. In the general theory of it, should be. You're providing instructions to the immune system. It's been a little bastardized, I could say, but that is a lot of what we try and do with energy medicine, right? Is provide information to the body to self-correct, to self-heal. So it has the right information that's replicating correctly, that the organs are doing the proper functioning and everything. And one way to get that information into the body is absolutely light. We know this because we go out in sunlight. We synthesize vitamin D along with so many other things that happen when we go out into the sunlight. And it's just light waveforms, information, and that sort of thing. So I can appreciate that a lot.